The Native Americans have a profound history of living in harmony with nature, particularly in the dense forests of North America. Their connection to the environment was deeply rooted in both practical survival and spiritual reverence, viewing nature as a living entity to be respected and cherished. Tribes like the Iroquois, Cherokee, and Ojibwe are renowned for their presence in these forested regions. Their survival skills were not merely tools for sustenance, but an integral part of their cultural identity. Generations of accumulated wisdom enabled them to master essential techniques such as hunting, plant identification, fire making, and navigation, skills that continue to be admired and studied today. Hunting and trapping, in particular, played a vital role in their daily lives, providing food, clothing, and tools. For hunting large game like deer, elk, and buffalo, they utilized bows and arrows, spears, and atlatls, spear throwers. These weapons were skillfully crafted, with bows made from flexible woods like hickory or ash, and arrowheads meticulously shaped from stone or bone for precision and effectiveness. They complemented these efforts with advanced trapping techniques for smaller game, such as rabbits, squirrels, and birds, employing snares crafted from plant fibers or animal sinews and strategically placing them along animal trails. This deep knowledge of survival not only sustained their communities, but also exemplified their harmonious relationship with the land, shaping their way of life in the vast forests of North America. Native Americans developed ingenious trapping methods that required minimal maintenance, yet provided a consistent source of protein. These traps, often set along animal trails, could catch multiple small animals over time. Hunting, a cornerstone of their survival, was frequently a communal effort. Groups would work together to encircle prey or drive them toward ambush points, strategies that not only ensured success but also fostered social cohesion and reinforced cultural traditions. Respect for the animals they hunted was central to their way of life. Native Americans believed that each animal possessed a spirit and deserved to be honored. Rituals were often performed to express gratitude for the sustenance provided, reflecting a deep spiritual connection to the natural world. Their expertise extended beyond hunting to an impressive knowledge of plant life, critical for both nutrition and healing. They could identify a vast array of edible plants, berries, nuts, and root vegetables. For example, they harvested acorns, which were processed to remove bitterness and then ground into flour for bread making. Berries like blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries served not only as food, but also as sources for dyes and medicinal remedies. Their understanding of medicinal plants was particularly advanced. Willow bark, rich in salicin, a precursor to modern aspirin, was used as a natural pain reliever. Sage, employed in purification rituals, also possessed antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties. Echinacea was a common remedy for infections and boosting the immune system. Such knowledge, often passed down through generations and safeguarded as tribal secrets, exemplified their resourcefulness. Beyond practical uses, plants held spiritual significance. Many were integral to rituals and ceremonies, highlighting the deep interconnection between their daily lives, their environment, and their spiritual beliefs. This comprehensive understanding of the natural world sustained their communities and enriched their cultural heritage. Certain plants held sacred significance among Native Americans, often used in ceremonies to connect with spiritual guides or invoke healing energies. This reverence for nature further underscored their intricate relationship with the environment. Fire making skills. Mastery of fire making was among the most essential survival skills for Native Americans. Fire served multiple purposes, providing warmth, enabling cooking, deterring predators, and playing a central role in cultural rituals. Traditional fire-making methods, such as the bow, drill, and hand drill, relied on friction to generate heat and ignite a flame. These techniques required years of practice to perfect. The bow drill, for instance, used a cord-wrapped bow moved rapidly back and forth to create friction against a spindle resting on a wooden base. The resulting heat caused wood dust to smolder, eventually igniting into a flame. Maintaining fire was equally vital. At night, Native Americans would bank the fire with ashes to keep it smoldering, allowing for easy rekindling the next day. This method was especially critical in cold climates where a continuous fire source was necessary for survival. Shelter building showcased the ingenuity of Native Americans, with structures varying by tribe and environment. Common shelter types included wigwams, teepees, and longhouses, each designed to suit specific needs and conditions. Wigwams. These dome-shaped structures, used by tribes in the northeastern woodlands, were built with wooden frames covered in bark, reeds, or animal hides. Their design provided excellent insulation against both cold and heat. Teepees. Plains tribes constructed these cone-shaped tents from wooden poles covered with buffalo hides. Lightweight and easily dismantled, teepees were ideal for their nomadic lifestyle, allowing quick setup and transportation. Longhouses, larger and rectangular, these communal dwellings were used by tribes like the Iroquois. Built from wooden frames and bark coverings, longhouses could accommodate multiple families, fostering social and communal bonds. These skills and adaptations highlight the resourcefulness and deep environmental understanding of Native Americans, enabling them to thrive in diverse and often challenging landscapes. Longhouses were expansive, rectangular shelters constructed from wooden poles and bark, primarily used by tribes in the northeastern regions. These communal structures housed several families, offering warmth and protection, especially during harsh winters. Location played a vital role in their construction, with elevated and dry ground chosen to prevent flooding and minimize exposure to pests and predators. The designs of these shelters were tailored to local climates, ensuring durability, comfort, and practicality. Navigation techniques navigating dense forests required exceptional skill and environmental awareness. Native Americans relied on natural cues such as the position of the sun, stars, and moon, with the North Star serving as a dependable guide during nighttime journeys. Landmarks like rivers, mountains, and unique tree formations were also crucial for orientation. They observed natural indicators such as moss growth, which often occurs on the north side of trees in the northern hemisphere, to help determine direction. Additionally, they studied animal trails and bird migration patterns to locate water sources or fertile hunting grounds. Movement through forests was precise and deliberate. They mastered silent walking techniques to avoid detection by predators or enemies, leaving minimal traces while traversing the forest floor. Crafting tools and utensils from nature, Native Americans demonstrated remarkable craftsmanship, utilizing natural materials to create tools and utensils for daily life. Stones were fashioned into arrowheads, scrapers, and knives, while bones and antlers were used to craft needles, fish hooks, and similar implements. What was carved into weapons, utensils, bowls, and even musical instruments. Basket weaving was a vital skill, with plant fibers like willow, sweet grass, and reeds woven into intricate designs. These baskets served multiple purposes, from carrying food to storing seeds, and even cooking when lined with hot stones. Beyond practicality, these items often featured detailed craftsmanship, reflecting cultural traditions and artistic expression. Elders passed down these skills to younger generations, with each tool or utensil carrying a story or symbol that connected the makers to their ancestors and nature. Food preservation methods. Preserving food was essential for maintaining a steady supply of nourishment, especially during the winter months. Techniques such as drying and smoking meat were commonly employed to extend its shelf life. These methods ensured that resources gathered during times of abundance could sustain communities during periods of scarcity, highlighting their foresight and resourcefulness. Food preservation methods. Native Americans employed ingenious methods to preserve their food for extended periods. Meat from buffalo, deer, and fish was sliced into thin strips and either dried under the sun or smoked over a low fire to prevent spoilage. They also developed techniques for storing grains, nuts, and dried fruits in underground pits lined with grasses and leaves. These pits kept food cool and dry, shielding it from insects and rodents. Some tribes utilized natural preservatives like salt from mineral deposits to further extend the shelf life of their provisions. These preservation methods were essential, allowing them to build reserves for times of scarcity or long migrations. Animal observation and communication with nature observing wildlife was a crucial skill, as it provided insights into weather patterns, food sources, and potential dangers. For instance, bird migrations signaled seasonal changes, while the behavior of animals like deer or rabbits could indicate the presence of predators. Native Americans also mastered mimicking animal calls, using these sounds both for hunting and nonverbal communication among themselves. By imitating the sounds of deer, birds, or other wildlife, they could lure prey closer or coordinate with fellow hunters discreetly. Animals also held deep spiritual significance. Many tribes revered animal totems or spirit animals as guides and protectors, believing these creatures offered wisdom and strength. This reverence shaped their sustainable hunting practices, ensuring a respectful and balanced relationship with the natural world. Sustainable living and environmental ethics long before sustainability became a modern movement. Native Americans practiced it as a fundamental way of life. They took only what was needed from the environment, ensuring minimal waste and careful stewardship of resources. Biodegradable materials were commonly used for tools, clothing, and shelters, allowing everything to return to the earth without harm. Rituals and ceremonies were performed to express gratitude for the land's bounty, reflecting a profound belief in the interconnectedness of all living things. Their philosophy of harmony with nature extended beyond survival, fostering a deep respect for the planet. This mindset ensured that future generations could continue to thrive off the land without depleting its resources. Legacy and lessons: the survival skills of Native Americans, ranging from hunting and food, preservation to fire making and navigation, were part of a broader philosophy that emphasized living in harmony with the natural world. These techniques, rooted in practical knowledge and cultural traditions, allowed them to thrive in some of the most challenging environments. Today, their ancient practices continue to inspire modern survival techniques and environmental conservation efforts. By studying and respecting these skills, we gain not only practical insights into sustainable living, but also a deeper appreciation for the wisdom and legacy of the Native American people.